everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Living with Lldv. As always, please subscribe if you're new to the channel, and a very warm welcome to my most recent subscribers. Many thanks to you for taking the trouble. So today I'm going to spend a little bit of time in the back garden tidying up. Well, it's only a small section, of course. So I thought I'd just quickly bring you up to speed on this. So, as I say, it's a very narrow strip. It's about 1, 2, 3, about 5 foot. 5 foot by, well, goodness knows, 20 feet, something like that. So, as you can see, it needs a reasonable amount of weeding. Now, I don't know if you can see, but I've got this stuff coming up, and I think, and this is a self-seeded, came out of the compost bin because obviously I couldn't cook it hot enough, and that came out of this plant here, which is it's like celery, but it's not, if that makes sense. It's just you use the leaves. I can't remember what they call it. I don't think I've got a label for it. Anyway, I obviously cut it back when there were seed heads on it, put it all in the compost, and as a result it's growing up. And also I planted the whole bed in broad beans. Now obviously I'm not going to use all these, I'll just chop them down and leave the roots behind. So give this a good clean out. In here, I don't know if you can see, it's just a slight whisper of a stalk. There's asparagus coming up, and hopefully I've planted asparagus in this little bed here. And also where these two sticks are, I don't know whether it's showing up on the camera with this bright sunshine, is can't say the word, Jerusalem artichokes. I'll put a couple of tubers in there and hopefully they'll grow up. So yes, I'll be planting some French beans, etc. in here. Maybe runner beans, I don't know yet. When the weather gets a bit warmer, it's too cold yet. And then in this bed, the chives are coming up. These are chives self-seeded here. So I'm going to let these grow. I'll see if I can pick through the weeds. Let these grow and then just dig them out and use them in my salads as and when. And these are, well, I call them Welsh onions. They're basically like spring onions, but you split them and they keep coming. Curry bush, very nice. Couple of sprigs. A few boiling peas. Put them in your peas and stuff, or anything you want to flavour with curry. Yes, so I'm going to set the camera up on time lapse and get a bit. Oh yes, and before I forget, I thought I'd didn't come, but my rhubarb is finally taken. So it's got plenty of rhubarb there now. So the time now, I'm gonna see how that's doing. Yeah. So my thought is, with the compost bin, it was there. So it was in this space here. So I'm moving it up each year in its own space. I'm going to gradually work my way up to the top, because obviously as it rots down, then the goodness will go into that patch of ground. So I'm hoping I'll be able to grow something reasonable, like cauliflowers there. who knows. Right, without further ado, let's set the camera up, bit of time lapse, and go from there. Bye for now. Okay everyone, so that's it. That's that done. Now, may look a bit of a mess. I was going to pick out the weeds individually, but I thought, actually, I had a different idea. I thought, well, just get the worst of them down by hoeing in between the rows of broad beans, and just double check that that's been cut off. Yeah, that's right. Hopefully, because we've had some dry weather lately, hopefully most of this will die off, and then I shall Dutch hoe or cut all the tops of all of these broad beans once they formed some nitrogen on the roots. I dug a couple up to check the roots, but there's no nitrogen on the roots yet, so I'll leave them a bit longer, and then I'll just chop it all down clean, and then ready for the summer crops, etc, etc. Right, so as I say, it's lovely to have this sunny weather, although the wind is still a bit chilly. However, it does cause an issue because obviously we need water now. We haven't had a decent amount of rain for quite some time. I think this is a countrywide, I should say. So yeah, could do with a good spell of rain now to bring stuff on. So I went over the plot this morning just to water the greenhouse. Not much happening in there at the moment. It's just some garlic and onions that I planted in there, and I also had my first cutting of asparagus for the season, which I would put on a bit of film towards the end. So as I say, this is we'll leave it there. Hopefully it won't be too long a film this time. I don't know why, but I don't purposely do it, but they all seem to try and seem to work out at around about 15 minutes, the films, but yeah, anyway, there we are. So I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hello everyone. My first picking of the season of asparagus. Meagre quantity, I know, but these were ready for picking, so this will be thoroughly enjoyed, I'm sure. Bye for now.